So lying down, just making sure you're comfortable with whatever support you need. And this exercise can also be done in sitting. And just start by feeling your connection to the floor, the ground, the support beneath you. Take a couple of exhales and just allow yourself to be fully supported by the floor. And this open focus practice is called dissolving pain. So first, see if you can imagine feeling the space that the whole room occupies. And can you imagine feeling the space that your whole body occupies? Is it possible for you to imagine feeling the space of the whole room you are in and the space your entire body occupies simultaneously? Can you imagine that as you inhale naturally, your breath fills the entire volume of your body? And can you imagine that as you exhale naturally, as your breath leaves your body is left occupied by space? At the same time you're aware of the space your body occupies, is it possible for you to imagine the space on all sides of your body simultaneously? At the same time you're aware of the space inside and the space outside of your body. Can you imagine feeling the volume of any pain or discomfort you may be experiencing? And bringing your attention to just one area of pain. Is it possible to imagine the length, the width, the thickness, the dimensions and shape of any pain or discomfort you may be feeling? Can you imagine the space between the center of the pain or discomfort you feel and the back of your body? Can you imagine feeling the space between the center of your pain and the sides of your body? And can you imagine feeling the space between the center of your pain and the front of your body? See if it's possible for you to imagine feeling the space between the center of your pain and the top of your head. Can you imagine feeling the space between the area of your pain and the inside of your ears? Can you imagine feeling the space between your pain and the inside of your throat? Is it possible for you to imagine feeling the space between your pain and the space inside your stomach? Remembering not to put any extra effort in. Sometimes you can imagine this space and sometimes you can't. So see if you can just imagine letting whatever comes come. Can you imagine feeling the space between your pain, the space inside your lower trunk, the space between your pain and your midsection, your upper trunk, between the pain and your neck and your head, your limbs and digits? Is it possible for you to imagine feeling the space between your pain and the closest part of your spine? And see if you can imagine that as you inhale naturally, your breath flows through the center of your pain. And can you imagine that as you exhale naturally, your breath flows out of the center of your pain and leaves nothing but spaciousness. Breathing into the pain, breathing out and sensing the possibility of spaciousness. Is it possible for you to imagine that you neither reject nor encourage the feeling of pain? Can you imagine fully accepting the feeling presence of your pain by neither encouraging nor avoiding it in any way? Can you imagine allowing your pain to diffuse in any direction and through any region of your body where it may naturally and effortlessly go? Is it possible for you to imagine feeling the surface area of your entire body and at the same time remain open to the feeling of your pain? Can you imagine feeling that the boundaries of your body are gradually dissolving so that the space inside and the space outside of your body become as if they are continuous? And at the same time, can you imagine that the boundaries of your pain are also dissolving, allowing your pain to spread and dilute in every direction? And at the same time that you're aware of feelings of pain, is it possible for you to also attend equally to any other sensation and perceptions that are available, to tastes and smells, thoughts and images, sounds, body feelings or emotions, attending equally and simultaneously to these sensations and to the three-dimensionality of space in which they exist? Can you imagine that this three-dimensional space permeates and pervades all of your sensations and perceptions and your pain? And can you imagine gently narrowing your attention and centering it upon the pain that you experience? And see if you can imagine that this awareness, which is you, can intermingle with the pain at the body location where you perceive the pain to be, gently, effortlessly moving through the pain, and also letting the pain spread through you. As this awareness and the pain intermingle, is it possible for you to imagine that this awareness, which is you, can dissolve right into the pain, and the pain can permeate your awareness, each remaining available to space and spaciousness? And then bringing your attention back to the center of your pain, the part which is most intense, can you imagine gradually opening your awareness once again and allowing the pain to spread into and through the center of your awareness and experiencing all of the other sensations and perceptions that are available to you, to be attending equally and simultaneously, three-dimensionally in space? Is it possible to imagine that open focus is an effortless process of attention in which you can rest and function in well? See if it's possible to narrow your attention as you direct it towards your pain. And can you imagine that you can open yourself to the experience of pain more subtly and more completely as you approach it? And can you imagine allowing the pain to spread through this awareness space, which is you? Can you imagine that as you begin to enter the pain, you even more completely open yourself, making yourself more vulnerable to the experience of pain, surrendering yourself right in the center of the pain? And just as you experience the most intense part of the pain, can you imagine once again letting the pain spread out through you, through your entire body, the space, your awareness, opening your attention to include all that is you, all the attention styles of sensation, perceptions, emotions, and feelings, including the pain, all simultaneously and equally, and once again coming to rest in multi-sensory space. Can you imagine repeating this cycle, starting in an open focus permeated by three-dimensional and multi-sensory space, opening to all that's available, and then narrowing your attention, directing it towards the pain, moving towards the pain and fully experiencing it and allowing it, surrendering to it, till you've experienced the most intense part of your pain, and then again letting the pain spread through this awareness space and returning to the open focus attention. Gently, effortlessly moving from the opened attention back into the experience of the localized pain, allowing it to dissolve back out into the open, focused spaciousness. Can you imagine repeating this cycle at your own pace until the pain dissolves more and more fully? Can you imagine practicing this so that even in the midst of a busy day, in your busy life, you can learn to pause and allow yourself to shift into the spaciousness of open focus awareness, to soften, let go, release, whatever your experience of that is. And if the pain is distracting, you can go into it and come out of it in this gentle way, learning to dissolve it through your attention. And see if you can imagine your everyday life. And imagine a place where you might be at home, maybe in your car, not driving, but stopped in a parking spot, either coming or going to some shopping. See if you can imagine where you might be able to bring this open, focused attention into your life on a regular, daily basis. And then bringing yourself back into the room, sensing the space of the room, imagining the space that your body occupies. Just beginning to move a little bit. Feel the actual sensations of movement in your hands and your feet and your face. Maybe rolling your head a little bit from side to side. And just take as much time as you need to sort of get present here. And then gradually find your way to roll onto your side and come to sitting and eventually to standing. And also while you do that, Can you periodically keep a sense of that open spaciousness with you? Can you stay in some open spaciousness while beginning to engage in movement? So play with that and enjoy that. Thank you.